So this is an off-the-cuff video. I have, like, notes, but I didn't, like, script this at all. This is something that I've been kind of mulling over, and I feel like taking time to script it out would take a little too long to get this out, so we're going for it. So recently, Hot Topic came out with a Twisted Wonderland t-shirt. That is available in the US. And it has been interesting seeing the response around it, and I kind of want to talk about it. And this is something I've wanted to talk about, just Twisted Wonderland merch in general for a while. And since this shirt came out, I thought it'd be kind of like the perfect, thing to talk about and the perfect, excuse to talk about it. So that's what we're going to do today. I promise I'm not going to be super duper negative, but I do have opinion. On January 7th, I first saw a TikTok of the Twisted Wonderland t-shirt in a Hot Topic. I would like to give a formal apology to the person who posted it because I literally thought that they just photoshopped it. For people who do not know my history with Twisted Wonderland, I found out about the game a few days after it was announced in 2019, so I've been here the entire goddamn time. And so whenever something happens Twist related in the US, low-key, I just kind of assume at first that it's fake. But I wanted to double check and see oh, is this fake or not? And at the time, they didn't have it on their online store, so I just assumed this person did a really, really nice Photoshop job. However, my friend Thea, later sent it to me, and I was like, yeah, I think it's fake. And they, rightfully were like, I don't think it's fake. The way that the shirt looks, that would take a lot of time to Photoshop and make it look real. And I was like, I don't know, I'll go check. So, January 8th, I was at ALA, and there is a Hot Topic that's, across the street from the convention center. So I went over there, they didn't have it. So I just assumed, okay, it's not in stores, it's not online, it's probably still fake. Turns out that I was wrong. So again, a formal apology to that creator, my bad. I mean, I didn't call them a liar, or, say, oh, this is, Photoshop or fake. I just kept it between friends. But, to be fair, my bad. More people were posting that they found it in their stores. And then finally, either yesterday or the day before, it was finally on the online store. So the 13th or 14th of January, I decided to try and place an order last night at 8 p.m.-ish. And already they had said so many sizes were out, but they said that my size was in. So I was like, okay. And then I got an email this morning saying that they canceled it because it was out of stock. So I went to go look, and there's only smalls available. And I also decided to look around at the one Hot Topic that's near me, and it's not in stock there, so that sucks. But yeah, so people immediately went to buy this shirt. Immediately. It's been 3 to 6 years of waiting for accessible merch, and I'm not surprised on one hand how fast this merchandise went, because again, it's accessible, and also with the tariffs that are in place, I've not been buying anything from Japan, or anywhere basically. I can see why a lot of people gravitate to this shirt, but there is some discourse on this shirt because it's not discourse. Now, I'm not super surprised that the shirt sold out as fast as it did, with some caveats. I'm not surprised that people went feral for this t-shirt because it's our first, overseas piece of merchandise that's official. And that's incredibly sad to say after the game has been out for, a lot of us, again, have been here for 6-7 years. God damn it. 6-7. Am I hip with the kids? No, but there's been a whole bunch, we've been here for a long time, and then EN has been out for 3-4 years now. So, theoretically speaking, waiting 3 to 7 years for accessible merchandise that we don't have to import from Japan, I can understand why people went feral for this. On the other hand, I'm very surprised that it seems Disney and Aniplex and Hot Topic did not do a modicum of research, because I feel like it's a very big thing of, 1, people complaining online that we don't have merchandise, 2, people always talking and, sharing with other people where to get actual merchandise and having to did not mean to hit my mic, having to import it and stuff, and 3, people posting their hauls from when they go to Japan and being like, oh, I finally was able to get Twist merch, and doing haul videos just of Twisted Wonderland merchandise. Did you guys just not Google for 10 minutes? Did you not? Because I'm going to assume that they made a very small amount of these t-shirts, and it's probably a test run, but I'm still surprised that they made so little considering everything, But, hopefully they'll do a restock or something if you weren't able to get the shirt. But there are also some other things that I've seen about the shirt besides people being hyped for it. which people are. People are super hyped for it, and some people do find this shirt cute. But I will admit, I've seen so many comments of people finding this shirt incredibly ugly. I kind of agree, but I have something to say about this as a veteran in this fandom space. I know a lot of people are complaining about how ugly and low effort the shirt is, and I think that we should be complaining about that. I want to be very clear. Two things can be true at once. The shirt is not that cute. That being said, it is unfortunately one of the cuter shirts of Twisted Wonderland merchandise, and I hate to admit it's one of the cuter ones, but unfortunately it really is. I've been with this game for an extremely long time. I've been here for, a while. And unfortunately, when it comes to Disney doing kind of their own t-shirts, this is very standard. Some of the first t-shirts in Japan that came out for Twisted Wonderland are so fucking ugly, and even worse. Like, I can't believe that I'm saying, oh yeah, like, it's even worse, because, it is, though. Initially, like, they did a little run of t-shirts at Disney Store Japan. It is a black shirt, and then it has the promo art of one singular character, and that's it. Oh, and then the copyright Disney, but that's it. Like, that is the shirt. Extremely low effort. Not cute at all. It makes the Hot Topic one look very well thought out, which, to be fair, is it low effort? Absolutely. I think that we should be calling out that it's an extremely low effort shirt, and, like, it is a little ugly. Unfortunately, they did do more effort with that than they did with the original Japanese t-shirts. And now that, like, the game has been out for a really long time in Japan, there's obviously more merchandise and there's more things to pick from. Not every single shirt is ugly like this. Some of them actually are pretty cute. And some of the, like, tie-in cardigans and, like, collaborations with other companies, their stuff is actually pretty cute, And again, I want to make it very clear, I do think we should be calling out Disney and Aniplex and being like, hey, you guys should really be putting more effort in making better merch. But historically, this has been kind of the thing that the companies do, unfortunately. There are some absolutely atrocious official merchandise from Twisted Wonderland that's, like, JP only. That shirt that I just talked about, the, like, OG t-shirts, there's also a button, which I'm gonna try and find a picture of it, but, like, honestly, I could Photoshop this in, like, 3 seconds. It is a, badge button. It has a white background. It has the promo art of the character, and then in, like, fucking Times New Roman, it says the name, and then a massive copyright Disney. Like, that is it. It's not holographic, it's not sparkly, it's not shiny. It's literally just that. Like, they were like, hey, intern, you have 2 minutes max to make this button. And they were like, I can do it in 30 seconds. And they did it. It is so low effort. And honestly, even some of the other things are very easy to replicate, or at least are replicatable. Reclamable. You can make it yourself. And this is just kind of an issue, to be honest, because, like, there's a lot. I have a lot of thoughts on this, honestly. My issue with these low effort items is not that they're a thing. I think this might actually end up being a hot take. I'm fine with low effort merchandise if, 1, it's not the only thing available, and 2, it's for a low price. Like, if you have those low effort buttons and they're like $2, $3, I think that's fine. It's a very good merchandise option for people who might not be able to afford more expensive things. So I'm, like, okay with it. But the thing is when they put premium prices on these things. And, I will admit there is obviously issues with, resellers and that sort of thing. Like that really ugly shirt that I was talking about, like the OG Disney Store ones. Those are selling on eBay for like $100. And I'm like, I could go to Michael's, get a t-shirt. I could go to Staples or like Office Depot or whatever, get printer paper. Like, I could make that in an afternoon for way less than $100, or honestly, even like $20 probably if you were, couponing and everything. I don't have an issue with low effort stuff on its own, but it's the context around it and like the situations around it that I have an issue. Like, it makes me have the issue with it, right? Like I said, if it's not the only option and it's a low price, I think it's fine to have low effort merch. But I think if it's the only option and it's kind of pricey, especially in this economy where things are pretty bad, that's not good. Like, I tried ordering it because I don't have any. The closest Hot Topic is like an hour away. The shirt cost me almost $40 because, like, it was $24, $25. but then the shipping ended up bumping it up quite a bit. I think it was like 36, but you know, that is a lot of money, especially for me, but also just in general when people don't have enough money to like pay their rent or get groceries or that sort of thing. Having, you know, shirts that are kind of that expensive also with the shipping is kind of nuts. And the fact that the only option we have is a lower effort shirt really fucking sucks. And a lot of people were also complaining that they, you know, find the shirt ugly, which I think is very fair. Like, just because something is low effort doesn't mean that it has to be ugly. Some of the buttons I think probably didn't take that long to make, like design-wise, but they're still cute. But also I feel like because the shirt, a lot of people do not like this shirt and how expensive it is, I feel like it also causes a problem of like being caught between a rock and a hard place. Because on one hand, Kai fans want Twisted Wonderland merchandise. Like, we want the merchandise. We want it easily accessible. Like, we want it. But the problem is that when you put out only low effort merchandise, or when you're feeling, you know, testing the waters and only doing low effort and like ugly stuff, the fans are going to feel like they have to buy it. And then that sends the like message to companies that they can get away with like the dumbest shit ever and people will still buy it. Like, honestly, not to like call people out, but even looking at comments across like all of the internet about the shirt, so many people were like, this shirt is fucking ugly. I bought it this morning. Or people are like, you know, they're saying that even though they hate the shirt, they're still going to buy it. And like, I don't blame people for buying it, you know? Like, I think this is solely an issue from the companies themselves. But also, I think that it's like, if it was abundantly clear that like Disney, Aniplex, and all of them, if they were doing their market research, I feel like I wouldn't be as worried. But clearly, I think because of how like how low the number was of rolling these t-shirts out, like how low they ordered, like I'm gonna be honest, I would not be surprised if actually let me back up a bit. When you're ordering stuff from a manufacturer, there's usually like a minimum that you have to buy, so you can't just buy like one or two. You have to buy like 100 or 500 or 1,000, and that's like the minimum amount that you can buy. It would not surprise me if they just bought that minimum amount. It would not surprise me at all. The fact that they are not doing their market research and seeing like, oh, hey, maybe we should have, you know, maybe ordered more. Maybe we should have worked on the design more. That's what worries me, because we cannot trust. I mean, we shouldn't be trusting companies in the first place, but like, we can't trust these companies because like, they're fucking stupid. I feel a little mean saying it, but like, companies as a whole are fucking stupid. You know, and clearly they're not doing any market research, so like, they're just gonna see the numbers that they have from this t-shirt and they're gonna be like, oh, this is what fans want. And it's like, we want merch, period. We're just buying this because it's the only thing accessible to us, you know? Like I said, if I tried to buy one of those original like Disney store t-shirts, like, that's $100 plus shipping. If I bought it from Japan, like when they did the first run of it, that would have still been a lot of money, like $20 to $50 just because of shipping and everything. And like taxes and, you know, proxy fees and everything. Like, it still would have been very like expensive. You know, again, if this was a company that was clearly looking at things, I would be more like, okay, well, they'll just see, you know, like, we still shouldn't trust them, but like, they'll see what's actually going on. But the fact that I feel like they just did the minimum, they did no fucking research at all. It's very concerning. It is very concerning to me, you know, and like, I don't have an answer for this, you know, like, I don't have an answer of like, well, how do we get like, you know, decent merchandise besides just being loud in comments and stuff. But like, again, who knows if they're actually gonna look at that and like, you know, take the lessons to heart, you know? On one hand, I want more Twisted Wonderland merchandise in the US. Like, I think we all should want that, you know? But on the other hand, I'm just worried that, like, the companies are just not going to be doing any research at all, you know? Because clearly, like, they did not do any research going into this. You know, it's insane to me. Especially since, like, a lot of people have been talking about Hot Topic. Disney's Twisted Wonderland is very Hot Topic coded. But the fact that, like, for so many years, people have been saying, oh, well, you could also have stuff at the parks, too. The fact that there is nothing at the parks, and, like, there's not, like, you can't also get the shirt at, like, the parks, or at least a shirt. I mean, I don't know how the licensing would work exactly for Hot Topic, but, like, the fact that there's not like two things running or at least one thing running, like that is a little concerning to me. But it's concerning to me that like, I don't know if they're going to be doing any market research. Like, I would love for them to read all the comments and be like, oh, we really have to step our pussy up. Because like, this stuff isn't good. This stuff doesn't look good. Like, I will say, if you ever have the chance to go to Japan and you're shopping for Twst merchandise, always just look for the collaboration stuff because it's always so much cuter. Most of the times it is so much cute. I will admit there is one Q-pot necklace. I think it's Q-pot necklace. I say this with as much love and light in my heart as possible. There is one necklace that looks like I could get it for $20 on sale at Hot Topic. I'm not trying to like purposely shit on Hot Topic for this, but like, it's such a simple design for a thing, and then it's like $90, like 90, 100, and I'm like, I could literally get this at Hot Topic. Like, this is so Hot Topic core, but you're charging a premium for it. Like, that's insane. And that's another issue I have with Twist Wonderland merch, is that even if you are Japanese or like living in Japan or visiting Japan, not all of the merch is actually like a good price. You know, like obviously if you're a Kai Guy fan and you're ordering stuff from overseas, things are going to be more expensive. But like, there's a lot of stuff that is just expensive. You know, my Q-pot Malleus Groovy Candy necklace, that was like $100-ish. My class ring, my Diasomni class ring, the OG price was already like over $100. I think I ended up spending like $230 on it, which, you know, insane. But like, there is merchandise that is just expensive, and not all of it is good. And I guess that's not necessarily just a problem specific to Twisted Wonderland, but like, it is a problem. Like, it is just a problem, and it is in this space, you know? I feel like I just went on a massive tangent. I really should have scripted this out, but no, well. My point is, like, I'm excited for more Twist merch, and I really do want more Twisted Wonderland merchandise, but, like, I want them to be putting effort and actually listening to fans on this sort of thing. I do think this could go ugly fast, of them not doing any research and not listening, and then they just see, oh, shirts sold out in, like, less than a week. We'll just keep making more shirts that are like this. And it's like, no. Like, that's not the takeaway we should, I mean, yes, you should do a restock of it, but like, this is not the message you should be taking from it. The message is fans want accessible Twisted Wonderland merchandise. Not fans are okay with low effort, ugly shirts. Like, that's not the takeaway, please. And like, I will admit, I've not bought stuff at Hot Topic in a very long time. Like I said, the closest one is like an hour to me. I'm so gonna date myself saying this. But when I was just a little gothling, a little gothlet, whatever you want to call it, I wouldn't say that I was actually like a baby bat, but you know, when I was young, I had a shit ton of clothes from Hot Topic, like the little fake corsets and stuff, and the skirts, and like so much Trip NYC. Like, I've done my dues at Hot Topic. I want to make that abundantly clear. Buying like the little goth-esque clothing, ungodly amounts of Harry Potter merchandise, obligatory fuck J.K. Rowling. The stuff was bought in like 2008, 2009 before she went and, you know, showed us who she really is. But I have spent many an hour in Hot Topic. And I still have a lot of my stuff from, like, my high school days that I still wear occasionally. Obviously, I can't wear all of them because, like, I gained so much weight because of antidepressants. But, like, I still wear a lot of my stuff, and especially when it comes to jewelry. I don't know. On one hand, I do think Twist merch should be in Hot Topic because that is, like, the best place for it. But I'm just worried about how future merch releases are going to go. Like, I really hope that they take a page from ye old... Again, dating myself. When the first live-action Alice in Wonderland movie came out, so much of the merchandise was so cute, and I still wear that shit constantly. My little, like, Queen of Hearts ring, I still wear that regularly. I wore my, like, Queen of Hearts, red fingerless gloves. I wore those until they started getting dry rot, like, and they started falling apart. And even then, I still have them, because I'm going to make a pattern of it so I can make new ones. Like, there's so much of the Alice in Wonderland collection that I still have and wear regularly. Not even just saving it to wear it when I lose weight. Like, no, I still have stuff and I'm constantly using it. And I really hope that they decide to go that route with merchandising Twisted Wonderland, because oh my god, that collection. Listen, I have mixed opinions on the live action Alice in Wonderland, but oh my god, the Hot Topic stuff was so cute. And also, I still have a lot of like my Twilight merch. I still have my Mockingjay pin somewhere. I still have some of my corsets. I still have my like some of my shoes that I've gotten from them. I have lots of Hot Topic, okay? I want to make that very clear. I still use a whole bunch of my stuff that I've bought from Hot Topic back in like the 2010s. But I have to admit that I am just a little worried about how merchandising is going to go, and I really, really hope that they do listen to fans and they make some cute stuff. Or at least things that have the potential to be made cute, you know? I think the thing with t-shirts is, like, I do wish it was cuter. I wish that it was more effort put into the shirt, but, like, it is a t-shirt. You can customize that yourself. And so I guess that's a thing, but anyways, yeah, this is just more of a rambly video. I don't really have an answer to, like, how do we fix capitalism, guys? Anyway, those are my thoughts on the shirt. At the end of the day, two things are true. The shirt is kind of ugly, but goddamn, is it better than any of the other t-shirts? Is it better than any of the other? It is so much better than any of the t-shirts in Japan. I guess except for like the World Fest stuff, but like the World Fest stuff was kind of a fluke with how cute it is. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love that I said that I wasn't going to be negative, and I feel like I was just negative for, how long have I been recording? 30 minutes. Oh god, this is going to take forever to edit. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. Let me know, were you able to get the t-shirt? Do you actually like the t-shirt, or do you agree that it's like, eh? Or do you actually, like the t-shirt and you're like, oh yeah, this is fine? But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and also, like, what would you guys want for, like, Twst merch? I've been wanting to do this anyway, but low-key, I'm like, maybe I should just start making a series of making your own Twst merch and, like, how to make your own stuff at home. Thank you guys for joining me. I don't know if I'm gonna do another rambly video, honestly. You guys know that they never end up well for me, just because it's so much editing and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I felt like just scripting would take, too much time, and then this would get out too late, and you know how it is. Before I go, I'd like to give a massive thank you and telepathic snacky treat to my lady figures in waiting, who support me and allow me to continue to do this. A big thank you and telepathic snacky treat to Ukaku, Crabjail, Lady Lunarine, Yungumo, Farafo, Richter32, Yozo the Kiseki, Michigao2189, Omimi, Annette, Orion, Dorcas, and Visa. Thank you everybody, and I kill you, and I love you, and also, like, I am telepathically sending you a little snacky treat. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me tonight, and, yeah, I need to stop doing rambly videos.